They have one mission and one mission only. Grab Kakashi's balls. All jokes aside, first and foremost, I want to say this episode hit me right in the feels. Having all of our Shinobi graduate Genin at the end, honestly something to see, because we all knew they were going to get there. We just didn't know how they're going to go about wrapping it all together, and in the end, it was done beautifully. I think what it was is that Boruto finally experienced some pain, some stress, some stuff that Naruto used to go through back in the days time and time again that sort of strengthened his personality. Boruto doesn't really have the opportunity to do that in this world so often. And when Kakashi's just talking down on him, telling him to break his arm, telling him that he's like ruining his entire class, basically blinding them on what a ninja really is, you kind of start to feel bad for Boruto, like, dang, like Boruto's really being treated unfairly. However, that's something that should be kind of beat into him early on, that he needs to rely on other people, because look at where it got him in the end, versus just basically skipping ahead and doing whatever he wanted to do, not really caring about everybody else. Because for all he knows, all the other kids that he left behind, they could be dying, they could be getting killed. Who's to say, if this was a real mission and he went on ahead, that everything was running smoothly behind him? There's nothing saying that. And you might not like Boruto, but you can't deny that that delivery was harsh on Kakashi's part. Like, I'm sure in hindsight, Boruto was a little bit shocked to find out that Kakashi was Sukeya the biographer, but it was really the things that Sukeya had told Boruto about Shinobi, to where when now Kakashi's sitting on top of him, telling him to break his arm and then maybe he'll figure out like a reason to become a ninja, when he's saying things like he can't ever see Boruto as a ninja right now, and that he gets slaughtered with everybody else, and he's like responsible for that, like he's rubbing off on everybody in that bad way. I mean, you could really alienate somebody and have them feel like alone and destroyed right there. So Kakashi just like, you know, he took what ego Boruto had, and it was pretty big for his size, and he just yanked that right out of him. Mitsuki sees Boruto's ego being cut up like that, and he's like, let me get a piece of that, please. He comes at Kakashi trying to electrocute this guy, and I understand that he's being used as a diversion so that Iwabe could, you know, capture Boruto, and they end up doing that, but Mitsuki wants to go extra. He wants to start getting like physical with Kakashi, like jumping all up on top of him like a monkey or something. And he even charges in again, and he gets hit so bad that in the following sequence when they all escape, he's there like lying on the ground as if he took like a beating, like he took like a straight tail bees bomb to the chest or something. Like he really got hit hard. Which goes to show you that even though we like to crack jokes about Kakashi, we like to say that he is no longer powerful because he doesn't have the Sharingan, he's probably lost the ability to perform a lot of techniques on the same level, probably some techniques as a whole, but he's still Kakashi, he's still the 6th Hokage, and when he gets serious, like he's forced to when Mitsuki just tries to go off on this dude, because you're not trying to kill Kakashi here, he's gonna take it. And he's gonna get beat up, and we can like ride Mitsuki's all we want because he's pretty broken himself, but it's still Kakashi at the end of the day, and we need to respect that. Now Boruto gets rescued, and he is just doubting himself. He feels very weak mentally, and I really love it how all of his peers basically come through for him and basically tell him what he needs to hear to go on and to wrap all this up so they can become ninja in the end. It's gonna sound cliche, but what separates Boruto and just some other regular random spoiled brat is that Boruto really does have a good heart inside. He might be a spoiled brat, but he wants to do good things, and he does do good things subconsciously without even thinking about it. Whether it be standing up to Iwabe when he was bullying everybody, whether it be, again, standing up for Denki, saving Sumire from her despair, right? So all these things Boruto did without really thinking about it, because he is a good guy and he gets a lot of people on board, and these people in the end came through for him when he needed them. So that's what I really like about this episode. It shows that everybody can play their part. In the end, everybody's going to, I guess, fit in each other's life and help each other out when they need it, when they're feeling down. And that's really where the teamwork aspect comes in, because if you put your heart out there for people, In the end, there's going to come a time when you need it, and there's going to be someone standing up for you, and Iwabe was that guy. And in the end, because of him and everybody else basically bringing up times that Boruto helped them out, they're all working together now. They're all going to rescue everybody else and get, moving, because it's time. Like, you can't be sitting here forever talking about, this depressed as Mitsuki's there, like, on the ground nearly dead. We end up having to rescue everybody else before encountering Kakashi once again, and the people who are in the way are Anko and Konohamaru. I wonder what happened to Shino. It seems like Mitsuki did more than enough work on him to where he is completely done. He ain't partaking in this anymore. He's finished. He don't have the answers. I'm not gonna lie, they kind of made Anko just look fat, like, in the fight. Like, she didn't actually really put up much of a fight. You've got Wasabi from one side, like, meowing and clawing at her, and then on the other side you got Metal Lee with a Leaf Hurricane, and eventually you got Namita, who's Wasabi's sister, screaming. And that's how Anko just, goes down. That's the extent of Anko's defensive capacity. She's a really solid special Jonin, as we see. One thing that didn't really sit well with me is that according to their peers, though, Metal Lee and Wasabi are the fastest in the class. Now, Metal Lee, that's understandable, right? Hard work beats out hard talent. Is that the quote? I forget, back in part 1, something along those lines was said about Rock Lee. But where did Wasabi come from? Where did Wasabi catch these major speed stats? Like, I get it, it's the whole, like, cat transformation, and, cats are fast. But I believe this is the first time we really see Wasabi in any kind of extensive action, so we really only have that to go off of. How do you guys feel about Wasabi being one of the fastest, if not even faster than Metal Lee, potentially? I don't know how to feel about her being faster than Mitsuki and Bolt, or even Sarada. That I'm gonna have to pause on that, alright? We're gonna have to see some more of Wasabi. This just came out of nowhere with her. The fight against Konohamaru was really random. It wasn't like he was physically defeated or anything. Not that Anko was either, of course. But Sarada managed to slip a kunai on his target via genjutsu, basically having Boruto, Mitsuki, Denki all used as distractions fighting this guy, and in the end, there was the beeping sound or whatever, and Konohamaru got caught, so they don't really have to, like, kick this dude's ass. I'm not gonna lie, for the Konohamaru fans out there that are gonna be scavenging for clips in these ninja exams, y'all aren't gonna find too much, man. They really didn't do Konohamaru justice in these exams. Not like they were supposed to do him specifically, but, Kakashi had some cool moments. Maybe he should have as well. Now, that final Kakashi encounter, you've got all of Boruto's peers basically transformed into Boruto clones, and Kakashi is just wrecking them one by one, and it was so beautiful. Like, honestly, the amount of work they poured into that scene with Kakashi, and I'm guessing most of these Kakashi scenes, I really wish we would see some of that same quality in other fights, because it was just so beautiful. Even up until the very end, as Kakashi's there trapped in that barrier, everybody's standing in formation, Boruto's just moving inch by inch closer, nearly grabbing that bell, even up until the very end, where Kakashi's like, I don't want my balls touched, and he drops that purple lightning on them motherfucker. If we saw quality like this when Kakashi wasn't on the screen with all the other fights in the series, I think Boruto anime would be a lot more popular, but we're just getting started now. All these kids are getting, and Kakashi even drops the scum line on them, and we ain't even gonna get started with the scum line. I heard that already too much from Kakashi. He tells that to just about everybody who goes through it, but these kids haven't really gone through it just yet. Sasuke's whole clan got wiped out.